Hello, everyone. Ray Roach here. I had, excuse me, a horrible morning this morning. My eye, so I'm trying to cover it a little bit. My eye went batshit crazy this morning, so I think there was still a little uneven, but whatever. And it might water a little bit while we're doing this. But I wanted to get this out for today, the 5 minutes with Ray. So welcome. The reason I'm doing the 5 minutes with Ray is to just pop in three-ish times a week, and within a 5 minute-ish time frame, give you some tips, some ideas, some strategies, something that will help you recognize something within yourself or not. You know, we all have our own triggers, we all have our own dragons and demons we have to slay. But what I tell you in these little 5 minute vignettes, it's my desire and hope that you find some kind of help or help for somebody else. Today, I wanted to talk about taking responsibility. Now, we all know them, and let's be honest, we've all been them. The blame game. Oh, Lord, have mercy, was I good at going like that? You're the one that did it. Blaming somebody else for my misfortunes, for my house of cards back in my past, my house of cards that I had built so precariously. Somebody took that one little card out, and of course, you know what happens, the whole house falls. But looking at that, blaming somebody for taking that out. And we all know that person that says, I'm sorry that I did the thing I did, but you made me do something. So again, that goes right back to the blame game. Pushing, saying, I'm sorry, not sorry. And we've all been there, and we've all done it, be honest, and we've all had it done to us. And the other thing is looking elsewhere for external factors as to why our life is sucky. Just looking elsewhere and saying, I'm not, I can't, who am I? All of those kinds of things that keep you from really living a joy-filled and a purpose-filled life. So today, oh, and I'm sorry, the other thing I want to talk about is a lot of times when we know we need to take responsibility, but we still sit where we are in that pointing fingers and blaming and looking elsewhere and sorry, not sorry. We all sit in that because a lot of times it's easier being in the pain that you know than what you don't know. The unknowing sometimes scares people. And when you have to start looking inward, and when you start looking inward, heavens knows I fought it and said, oh, we don't need to be doing that for a long time. But the unknowing, and you find comfort in your little, comfort zone. But people, when you jump outside of that comfort zone and you bust through it, you will realize just how confining, just how small, and just how tiny it has been making you. So let's start taking responsibility. But one, realize that, realize that the choice is always yours. Now, you may be confronted with the lesser of two evils. I know lots of situations, myself and others involved, choice A and choice B, even choice C, none of them is really a good choice, but the choice is still yours and you still have to make it. So don't make that choice and say, well, I didn't have any other choice to make. Yes, you did. You always have a choice. You're looking for excuses as to why you're in that situation. Stop looking for excuses. Because you're in that situation because you chose to be in that situation. If you really think about it, really think hard, I don't care what external factors have been bombarding you, it's still your choice to stay there or to get out. The other thing is that you recognize the triggers. You acknowledge that this is bothering me because, so you recognize those triggers. And once you recognize them, then you can start working with them. Remember we talked a few times ago about what you're tolerating. Once you understand what they are, you can start working to turn them around. And then the last thing you need to do is redirect your energy to work on you. Be positive about you. I don't care how tiny that win is, I don't care how tiny. If you didn't say something like you and you thought, uh-oh, I'm not doing that, that's a win. So give yourself those wins. See you for what it is. I know when I started seeing me, I had all those masks off and I started really seeing the me underneath. People, it was not pretty. It wasn't pretty. I was so caught up in so many negative, toxic, emotional things that it just wasn't pretty. So when you see you, then you can start to understand, acknowledge, and change who is shining through. So when you're going through something and something goes wrong and you go to point the finger, stop yourself and say, wait, let me think. Did I have something to do with that? Is this something I can change? Is this something I can do? Start taking responsibility for your thoughts, for your words that come out of your mouth, for your actions. In my case, my eye rolls. I've done really, really good. People, my friends will tell you that my eye rolls have reduced significantly. Whatever it is that brings out that negative emotion or that blame or that something else, looking elsewhere, whatever that is, start looking inward. And when you do that, I'm telling you, I promise you, once you get to the other side of through, you're going to love you. I promise you. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for being a part of my journey. That's what I want is as I go through learning more about me each and every day, I want to take you along with me. So thank you for joining me on my journey. Be kind to yourself, love yourself, and above all, respect that awesome individual that you are. And until the next time, the journey continues. Okay, of course I can't find how to end. Oh, finish.